It's America's original morning magazine show. Daybreak USA with Angie Austin.
Hello, friend. Angie Austin here. It is a Thursday. I'm ready to roll. I hope you are as well. I know John DeMaster is because he's always on top of it. Aren't you wearing your little suit today? We're on Facebook Live, Daybreak USA.
I do have my zip-on tie, though. Here, see, you can go on Facebook and see. All you have to do is unzip it, and then you can take it off, and then you put it back on. I went to a wedding a year ago, and my tie was all crooked when I got there. And I thought, so I ran to Walmart, and they had these $10 zip ties, and it just zips up like you'd zip up your jacket. It is the best thing ever, and I bought 2 of them. So
you're the only 12-year-old with a job that
shops
in the kids department for your ties. But anyway,
well, the Chris Barnes.
Chris Barnes probably does have a zip-on tie.
Shops with a baby cart. You've seen that picture.
Yeah, he does. He shops with the little baby carts you can get at the grocery store, the little kitty carts. All right, we're going to talk about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, of course, because they are in the headlines. And then we're going to talk about the 2 police officers who were killed in Palm Springs. But we're going to start with this horrible story of another 2 cops that are in the hospital this morning in Boston. Go ahead.
Yeah, these police officers in the hospital after being shot in the line of duty. It happened last night in East Boston. They were responding to a domestic incident call involving a person with a gun. Yeah, another one of these domestic incidents calls. The suspect was wearing body armor when the officers encountered him. Shots were fired. The man was killed. The 2 in the hospital, critically injured, fighting for their lives.
Okay, we'll continue to follow that. Donald Trump's running mate, Mike Pence, says newly leaked emails from Clinton's campaign show a contrast in ethics of the 2 campaigns.
And this avalanche of emails, Bill, is just astounding. Even revelations today that have come out that where now John Podesta apparently told a U.S. senator that he agreed that the Iranian deal was the worst deal since the 1940s.
Wow, the Indiana governor commented on the emails in an interview with Fox. He's apparently referring to an email from the Clinton campaign chairman, John Podesta, in which he says, yup, in reference to a quote from Republican Senator Mark Kirk slamming the Iran nuclear deal. WikiLeaks has dumped a load of hacked emails from Podesta in the last few days. And in addition to that, you and I did a conference call yesterday with Newt Gingrich and Kellyanne from Trump's campaign, the woman we see everywhere, and then many higher ups in the Catholic Church. And they're very offended by the email that was released calling Catholicism a bastardization of the religion and other things as well.
It was that's just ugly. And there are so many other things that WikiLeaks released. I think another 1,200 documents. Go to Drudge during your morning reading and you can read all of that stuff. It's just unbelievable. Donald Trump wants the New York Times to apologize and retract an article published last night that quotes 2 women who claim he groped or kissed them without their permission. One of these women, Jessica Leeds, told the newspaper she was sitting next to him on an airplane 30 years ago when he grabbed her and tried to put his hands on her.
He was like an octopus. It was like he had 6 arms. He was all over the place.
And then Angie, another woman, Rachel Crooks, was a receptionist at Trump Tower and tells the Times when she was first meeting Trump in 2005, apparently he kissed her on the mouth. How do you remember this 30 years ago?
Well, that one was in 2005, but the 30 years ago one is very suspect to me, you know. Yeah. I mean, this other woman did work with him, and then there's also one of the former winners of The Apprentice is complaining about him. And it's like, you know, if you win on one of his shows, I really feel uncomfortable. Like, I feel he has to be pretty bad for you to be like a traitor and say, you know, I won on his show and it really made me famous. I made a lot of money. But a couple of things he said to me, I didn't like. Like, I don't know. I feel like, well, you took the check, didn't you? Like, you stayed on the show. Like, you weren't that offended.
Happy.
Yeah, you seemed happy on camera. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay, let's talk about, you want to talk about scorched earth? Should we do that?
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Well, go ahead. You do it. You do that one.
Let's both do it. Hillary Clinton accuses Republicans of pursuing a scorched earth campaign in the last weeks of the presidential election.
Now, that just shows how desperate they are. That's all they have left. Pure negativity, pessimism, and we're not going to let Donald Trump get away with it, are we?
She was in beautiful Colorado, where she noted that Donald Trump's video scandal continues to offer a poor excuse for making vulgar comments about women in 2005. We all know that he's likened his remarks to locker room banter. He did apologize at Sunday night's debate, but that's still an issue in the Clinton campaign.
Prosecutors in California say 2 police officers who were killed in Palm Springs were ambushed. The accused killer was charged with 2 counts of capital murder yesterday. The Riverside County District Attorney says 26-year-old John Felix is facing special circumstances that could put him on death row if he's convicted. Authorities say Felix dressed in body armor and allegedly used a stolen assault rifle to shoot police. Sorry, I had to get through that one so quickly. I wanted to make sure we got to all of our stories. And then we're going to talk a little bit later with Dinesh D'Souza. He is the director of Hillary's America. The movie just came out on DVD this week. He'll talk more about the reaction to the movie, etc. And then we're going to talk to a correspondent for Inside Edition, Megan Alexander, out with a new book called Faith in the Spotlight. And then thieving raccoons take off with a college student's cell phone. So the guy's named the raccoon like Stanley or something, right?
Aww.
And he's videotaping him, and then off goes the raccoon with his phone. All coming up.